Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to A Gathering Place. And today is our fourth Wednesday, Public Health Awareness Day. We are here with our co-host, Linda Lina, but she's bringing some special friends with her today, special guests, to talk about the health insurance marketplace, open enrollment. That's coming up. And they're going to tell me what date, because I'm not going to tell you the date because I don't want to be wrong, because that's why we have the experts here today. And I'm just excited about it because we always want to have good information, especially when it comes to our health. And we're going to learn more about this right after, as you know it, this opening. So get those questions and comments ready, folks, right after this opening.
Hello, I'm Marilyn Hemingway, and welcome to A Gathering Place. I said, I'm stepping back because we have young voices who want to be heard and they're moving on something.
Branding is really important to you and your business.
Even a basic type of technology, you learn it all.
And people are
Good question. And we're back, and we're talking all about health insurance coverage today, folks. Do you need help applying for health insurance coverage? Because open enrollment is getting ready to start. And let's get started with our special guests from around the state of South Carolina. I'm so excited about this. So I'm excited for our guests. And as we said, drop your questions and comments in the comment section, folks. Looking forward to it. All right, let's start with Miss Sarah Christian. Sarah, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you very much. I am so excited to have you and your colleagues with us today. We got a full house today, and we're going to learn a lot about health insurance and open enrollment. So let me go ahead and get in. Miss Vanessa Jackson. Hello, Miss Jackson. How are you?
I'm great, and how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you, and thank you for joining us. And we have Miss Linda Lina joining us also. Hello, Linda, how are you?
Hi, everyone. How is everyone doing?
We're doing great, thank you very much. And then I have Miss Sandrea Mason. Did I say that correctly?
You did.
That's so good to say your name. So good. Thank you. Look, my major is in journalism. I shouldn't say my major. My degree is in journalism. And one of the things my first journalism professor told me, it is so important to get folks' name correctly and spell it correctly, because most people only get into the newspaper twice in their life: when you're born and when you die. And then if you get married, that's the third time. Maybe if you get married. So you got to get that name right, because it's so important to get those names right. So thank you. I appreciate that. Good to meet you. So I'm going to let Sarah go around and introduce each of you. And if you could just say a little bit about yourself, then we're going to start getting into those questions that I know our audience has for everybody. And just remind the audience, drop your questions and comments in the comment section, so we can know what you want to hear about. All right. We have a great conversation to look forward to. So Sarah, if you could start introducing your colleagues.
All right. So I'll introduce myself first, then go on to each person on the call. But I'm Sarah Christian. I'm the Navigator Coordinator at the South Carolina Primary Healthcare Association. We oversee the Navigator program. So I'm based in Columbia, but our Navigators are all across the state. So we have a few Navigators on the line. Vanessa Jackson, she's at CARE South Carolina. Vanessa, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Vanessa Jackson, and I am a community health navigator with CARE South Carolina / community outreach specialist. And I've been with CARE South 10 plus years, and I cover the Dillon area, Dillon and Darlington County.
And if you don't know where Dillon is, if you know south of the border, that's Dillon County. All right. Good to see you, Vanessa. All right.
Good to be here.
Next? Thank you. Who's next, Sarah?
All right. Sandrea, Healthcare Partner of South Carolina.
Good afternoon. My name is Sandrea Mason. I'm with the Healthcare Partners of South Carolina. I've been here since January of this year. We have an office here in Marion, South Carolina. We have an office in Conway, South Carolina, and Johnsonville, and that's in Florence County. So I do marketplace for all three counties and outreach.
You have a wide geographical footprint there, Andrea.
I do.
Wow, that's wow. And do you drive this every day, or you kind of pick where you
Well,
go?
my office is located in Marion.
Okay, all right,
So
very good.
yeah, so I can go to either Conway or Johnsonville, wherever I'm needed. The other week I went to Surfside. So
Okay,
yeah, so I can,
you travel quite a bit. And for those of you who don't know Marion, if you ever go to Marion, say hello to Marvin Hemingway. I don't know if we're related, but we probably are. He's the NAACP president in Marion County. See, I kind of know a little something, something.
yes.
And who do we have next, Sarah?
And Linda Lina with St. James Health and Wellness.
Hello, everyone. As Sarah indicated, I'm Linda Lina, and I'm with St. James Health and Wellness, and I've been here for quite some time. I started out in the marketplace as a certified application counselor, and I have moved up to becoming a navigator under the awesome leadership of Ms. Sarah Christian and also all of my fellow navigators.
Congratulations. And Linda and I have done some work with St. James Health and Wellness for about 3 years now. So we have started every fourth Wednesday public health awareness on the gathering place, which is why I'm so excited that she's decided that we're going to bring her navigator colleagues on so we can talk about this navigator program. Very excited about that. Thank you, Linda, for making this happen. So my first question is going to go to Sarah, and y'all take your pencils out, get ready, drop those comments and questions to get answers. Oh, look at that, who's joining us. Hey, Marvin, thank you for joining us. And if you got any questions, drop those questions about health insurance coverage. So my first question is to Sarah, what is the Navigator program? We keep hearing this word Navigator program, but what does that really mean?
Yes, so the Navigator program, it is a free program. It's a grant. So kind of when everyone introduced themselves, they were all different places employed by different people. So that might be confusing, but we oversee it as the South Carolina Primary Healthcare Association, and everyone's based in a different area. But it is free to all South Carolina residents. And each navigator's role is to help consumers learn about the health insurance marketplace, help them enroll into the marketplace, and their assistance is completely free. So if you have a ton of questions, or maybe you need to meet a couple times with a navigator, it's free every time. And their assistance also is unbiased, so meaning we're not getting a commission from a health insurance company. We're just doing that as part of our job. So we will show you all the plans offered to you, and that's up to the consumer to make that decision what plan they want to enroll into.
Very good. So we have these big decisions coming up to make and everything, but where do we go to help with that decision? Where do we go to learn more about the health insurance marketplace?
So to learn more.
Go ahead, Sarah.
Okay. To learn more about the health insurance marketplace, so the trusted site to learn more and to apply is at healthcare.gov. That's the trusted site. If you go somewhere else, I don't know if that is legit to enroll to the marketplace, but also to find a navigator and to get that trusted message as well, you can get on getcoveredamerica.org and you can type in your zip code. And maybe if you're near Linda, Linda's name will pop up and you can be able to contact her and be able to talk to her to get that assistance.
So I've pulled up the website. So as we talk to everyone, we'll have the website. As Sarah said, healthcare.gov. Y'all just go to healthcare.gov. And the first thing that we see is that pop-up box, and it says open enrollment starts soon. So Sandrea, tell us more about your role, what you're doing in Marion, but also tell us when is the date for open enrollment?
Okay, yeah, good question. Open enrollment starts November 1st. Each year it starts November 1st and it will end January the 15th. Here in Marion, we also help with like Medicaid and Medicare, and CHIP for the children with Medicaid. So main thing here in Marion, we have a lot of people that is on Medicaid. We have a lot of people that's self-employed. So my job right now here in Marion County is getting the word out, going to different events that host vendors, going to different churches, going to the library, going out, getting that word out that if you need free services to enroll in healthcare, um, come to us. We are here to help. Like Sarah said, we are not biased. We give out, we give you the information, and it's up to you whatever plan you choose to go with. But we put in your doctor, your provider. We put in your prescription drugs to make sure that the plan that you are choosing is covered in that area.
So, what if the plan is too expensive? I find out that it's not quite, helping regarding my income. What can we do, Sandrea, regarding that?
So if the plan is too expensive, um, we do have the premium tax credit. So some people will qualify for that based on your income and if you're filing taxes. But if it's too expensive for you, we do have other options. As far as here at Healthcare Partners, we have the sliding fee. So I know most of the facilities that we are working at have sliding fee. So if you can't get the insurance at marketplace, we have other options that you can go with. But most of the plans with marketplace are reasonable and affordable.
Very good. So I understand. Thank you, Sandrea. I understand, Sarah, that this health insurance marketplace really does take in consideration your income and to help determine the amount that you would pay for the health insurance coverage. Is that true?
Yes, so one step of the application that a navigator will be there with you for is determine your eligibility. So it's based on your income and your household size. And then it'll tell you, oh, hey, you qualify for X amount of savings. And then you can kind of compare between plans how much you save on your premiums. And some people might be eligible for cost sharing reductions as well, which lowers different things like your deductible or out-of-pocket maximum. So I definitely recommend going and meet with a navigator, looking at healthcare.gov this open enrollment season, because in the past, maybe if you've looked and you thought, well, maybe this is not that affordable for me, definitely look this year. We have new carriers on the marketplace for South Carolina. We have thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act, there's even subsidies to lower even more so the premium costs on the marketplace. And then for families that are offered employer-sponsored coverage, there are some opportunities too now. If your dependents or spouse weren't eligible for cost savings on the marketplace, they potentially could be this year. So
Very good, very good. Miss Andrea, it looks like you already got some work. Somebody, Marvin Hemingway is recruiting you for, so you can go get some customers for the health insurance marketplace. All right, we got that saved for you. So if you need that, you can always come back to the show. So Linda, tell us a little bit about what information do people need when they sign up for the marketplace to make the experience a little bit easier and comfortable. What information should we have ready?
Okay. First of all, you definitely have to have your family size, your income, because that determines where you would, excuse me, be in the marketplace, whether or not you qualify, because you have to be within a certain percentage. And then it also gives you an idea as to what you are eligible for. As Sarah mentioned about the premium tax credit, basically how that works is if you fall within a certain category, then depending on where that category is, you could get, say, like a $800 premium for like maybe $40, because they would subtract that difference for you as same as the cost sharing reduction as well. The other thing is that you need to make sure you have everybody's name that's in the household, and we're focusing on those individuals that are on your tax form, because those are the ones who count. Now, one of the things that you can do if you have an adult and that adult is on your tax credit and they want to get coverage themselves, they can come in and get coverage as long as they can provide your income to show that you are, or they are, excuse me, a dependent. The other thing is that if you do not qualify, then we also can look to see if either you or your children qualify for Medicaid or CHIP. And if you do, then we can, in the process, include that information so that can be reviewed by the health insurance marketplace to determine if you qualify for that eligibility as well. But it's always best to come and see if you qualify for the health insurance marketplace first. And then from that point, we can look at other things as well.
You know, as you were talking, Linda, and I was following you, it was very easy to negotiate. Is that the word I want? Navigate, not negotiate. Navigate, like navigators, navigate through the website to the information that was needed. And there's a nice little worksheet that's available to check off everything that you need to get your, to go to the right direction to get that health insurance coverage.
Right.
And it's really great that you take it not only for the Affordable Care Act coverage, but if you're not eligible, you can look at Medicaid, you can look at Medicare. And what was the other one you said? Medicaid,
CHIP.
Medicare?
It's a form of Medicaid. It's called Children Health Insurance Program. And that's for like a income level that's greater than the regular Medicaid. And it's basically focusing on the children. Say if you're not able to qualify, then your child or children may be eligible even at a higher income rate.
All right, very good. So, Miss Vanessa, I haven't forgotten you at all. You sitting there quietly. So I got a couple questions for you. So I'm at home and I live in Georgetown, but I used to live in Seneca. So I want to know, how can I find a navigator if I live in Seneca, I live in Georgetown. How can I find a navigator?
Well, it's easy to find us. That flyer that you had up there, getcoveredamerica.org. There's a QR code that comes up, and if you scan that, and it will pull the navigators located in the different areas, the ones that are closer to you. You can just contact one of us through that, using that QR code.
All right, and how many navigators are in the state of South Carolina?
As far as I know, we have about 16 that's throughout South Carolina.
And that seems to be quite a bit. Is that kind of average for states to deal with folks that need to get enrolled?
It is, but we are all, like it was forestated, we are all spread it out in different areas. So, once you put in that QR code and who's ever closer to you, and also, we can also do it on the phone with each other. You really don't have to see the person in person. We can do it by phone as well. So that's a good thing too.
Very good. Very good. Thank you very much, Miss Vanessa. So Sarah, I've enrolled into health insurance. What happens after I get enrolled?
Yes, so I always emphasize this about the Navigator program. So say if you got assistance from a Navigator to enroll, and okay, you enrolled into a plan, maybe your card comes in the mail and you don't know what to do with it, or you don't know what it covers maybe. So it's always nice. You can come back to that Navigator. Maybe you have a question like, well, maybe I want to change a provider. Is it in network with what I have? Or how do I contact my insurance company? It could be any type of questions like that. We'll still provide that free assistance to you and answer those questions. And even in the following year, when open enrollment opens back up, maybe you want help re-enrolling or updating your application anytime on healthcare.gov. So we're always there at any point to direct you in the right place with those connecting, care to coverage issues. Like, we got you the coverage, but now you need to know how to get the care with it.
Very good. Also, I have a quick question for you. In the health insurance marketplace, Sarah, does it also have dental and vision insurance, or do you have to go someplace else for that?
So that's definitely a conversation when you're meeting with a navigator. What's most important to you? Do you want just health? Do you want health, dental, and vision? Do you just want dental? Whatever you're wanting, because certain plans and certain carriers offer, a plan that encompasses all those things, and maybe a certain carrier only offers health. Maybe they don't offer adult dental. Maybe you have to buy a standalone dental plan in the marketplace separate from that health plan. So each carrier and plan is a little different. So that's what's nice is me and the navigators, they can help you compare all of those and kind of weigh out like, okay, this one's a little cheaper, but maybe it doesn't have dental. So whatever is most important to that consumer, we can kind of figure out what plan works best for them.
Very good. So what is the date again that open enrollment's going to open?
The date is November 1st to January 15th of 2023. And then also one of the things that we are required to do is to make the application process as accessible as possible. And what I mean by that, if there is a handicap issue, then we need to make sure we have available means by which that person can access us without too much difficulty, as well as linguistically. If they have or speak a different language, then we need to make sure that we have that information available in their preferred language so they can understand how that process works. And then also for those who aren't aware of what the marketplace is and they have some hesitancy, then we are to help them to understand, not judge them, but help them to understand the necessary, or I should say the necessity, of doing or applying for the marketplace, because that way in the long process, at least you have coverage. And if you have an illness issue, then you will be able to address it. Because as we all know, different areas have different expectations or understanding, and some are somewhat uncomfortable with going to doctors and purchasing health coverage.
Very good. Thank you very much. And before we move on, I want to remind our viewing audience that you are watching A Gathering Place, brought to you by the Gullah Geechee Chamber of Commerce every Wednesday and Sunday at 4 o'clock. And today we're talking public health awareness with the topic of open enrollment for the Affordable Care Act. But I've learned a lot today already that they'll also help you not only with your health insurance, but they can help you with Medicaid, Medicare, and CHIP. Did I say that correctly? CHIP.
Yep.
Right. I don't have kids, so I got to remember that. All right. Very good. Thank you, Linda. Sandrea, I want to ask you, what is your typical day like when you go into the office and you put on your navigator uniform, your hat? What is your typical day like?
Recently been kind of busy. We've been trying to get out to do outreach. So usually I get is going on that day on my calendar. I have people coming in that I help throughout the year, making sure that their plan is okay for the next year. So right now I'm telling everyone, if they have a plan, to come back and re-enroll. Even if they think, I love the plan that I'm on, but there are other plans coming out and some plans are ending. So just make sure that the plan that you're on is still, okay for your situation. So I'm telling everybody to come back, re-enroll, look at these new plans, because there are new plans coming and there are some good plans. So just see what's good for your situation, your family. I'm telling everybody about Medicaid with the everything that's going on with them. So it's like people coming in, me going out to the library or to different places, farmers market. Yeah, so it depends on how that day look. it changes each day.
Very good. So it's good to hear that navigators are on the job and keeping us informed. I think there's a particular. So if I want, and Sandrea, you can answer this. So if I want to make sure that my health care starts, I still have it on January 1st. What do I have to do? Because I understand that there's something in particular with that. If I want to make sure I have my health coverage on January 1st.
So you saying about re-enrolling?
Yes.
Okay,
Is
so
it-
yeah, open enrollment and re-enrollment happens at the same time. So
but is there a deadline for me to make sure that it starts January 1st?
Mhm.
Miss Linda?
I think
Basically, what you're referring to, Marilyn, is when you enroll determines when your eligibility will begin. And if
okay.
you enroll like from the 1st to the 14th, then it will begin that next month. If you enroll after the 15th, then it's the following month. Say if you enrolled and after the 15th in November, then your enrollment eligibility won't begin until February.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miss Andrea. Thank you, Miss Linda. I appreciate that. Let me see. I want to make sure because I have a list. I want to make sure that we know and share everything we need to share with our viewing and listening audience. So there was something. Oh, Sarah, if you could answer this. The information that we put in at the website to enroll, will this be private information or will it be shared with the public? I've been getting some, what do you call them? Spam calls on my cell phone. I hope it's not from the enrollment. So is this information, is it shared or is it private?
So no, your information, like when you're on the website, it's online through your application. It's not going to be shared with other people. There is a spot where you authorize your information, and it could be disclosed to like Social Security or the IRS when you're putting your income and different information in there. So you authorize that information for them to make sure you say who you are, so then you can have the eligibility notice showing what savings you are eligible for through the marketplace. With the navigators, so say you want to use the navigator to assist you, you might be sharing some personal information with them, but meeting with that navigator, they will have you sign authorization form, just stating your rights and saying that they won't share your information outside that meeting with anybody else. So that is also on file as well, that your information will not be shared with anyone outside that navigator. And like I said, with that marketplace, it won't be shared with anybody else either.
Okay, so there are 4 of you with me today. Does that mean 12? 12 are out there diligently working, getting ready for open enrollment. I know you are too. Oh, we got a question here. Can we arrange to have a navigator make presentations available at senior centers and or recreation centers? Sarah, if you can answer that.
Yeah, so even though we do meet one-on-one with people, we always want to promote what we do so more people can know what we do and we can assist them. So if you want to have a presentation done by a navigator, we will definitely be able to do that for you. So we can get in touch offline and see, who's in your area that would be willing to do that presentation for you.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Very good. Go ahead, Linda.
To add to what Sarah just said, we also can do, like, I call them villages, health insurance marketplace villages, where a group of us can come in to a location and actually enroll people. And one of the beauty of our positions is that we can travel the whole state of South Carolina to do that. So if there is someone out there that's listening or know of someone that needs to have a setup like that, then we can more than be willing to come to your location and set up our computers and enroll as many individuals if that's needed. As Sandrea mentioned, we go to, like, next week is the state fair here, and they have a senior day. We can go to a senior day, set up a village, and be able to help anyone that needs help. And then part of the process, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sarah, is that we can assist with Medicare as well. And so we are available to do that type of assistance as well.
Very good, very good. I had a question, Linda. You know, my mind is not right sometimes. It went in one end and out the other. And as you were talking, it occurred to me, and now I can't remember what it was. So
Okay.
my age is catching up with me.
You having a senior moment, huh?
I'm having a senior moment, and 3 o'clock in the morning, it's going to come in my head, but the show will be over, and I won't be able to get the answer.
Well,
At least right there.
While you're thinking about it, the other
Go ahead.
thing is, and if Vanessa wants to talk about this, is we do assist small businesses.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to know. That's actually why I have health insurance. I'm a small
Okay.
business. So maybe Vanessa, if you could share with us health insurance and small businesses. And yes, Beth, you are welcome. Glad we can answer that question for you. And Vanessa, if you could share with us about small businesses.
Look, you had to give me the hard questions, but anyway.
I apologize.
Anyway, I'll give you my experience with the small businesses. I actually had an appointment with the Chamber of Commerce located in Hartsville to talk with the small business owners. And my experience with that, it went well. And, just explaining to them about the marketplace and everything. And but they never did get back in touch with me, but I was able to give them the information on the ones that had the 50 employees or less, and to let them know that there is insurance out there for the ones that don't. It's not offered by their company and everything. So that's my take on the shop and everything, and I'll let Miss Linda explain more, or either Miss Sarah.
Basically, the way that it works is, as you mentioned, there is a number requirement, and we can go and talk to them about how that process works, as well as if they want to be able to get their employees enrolled, and then they would have to pay a certain amount towards whatever the pro plan that they choose. And so that would also means that if they want to be inclusive of their family members in the enrollment, then that can occur. If the individual decides that they're just going to, let that person enroll by themselves and not through the company to do that, then they can do as well. So one of the things is that we do have referrals that we receive from Mr. Frank Knapp, who is the president of the Columbia Chamber.
South Carolina Small Business Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if that individual is interested and they can't reach one of us, then they can reach us through Mr. Knapp. Did you want to add anything to that, Miss Christian?
No, just you covered it. But yeah, working with Frank, he supports the marketplace, so he's very heavily promoting the marketplace and us and how to reach us. So, even if it doesn't lead to an enrollment, we are still trying to get that information out to employers and employees to make that choice for themselves if they want to get healthcare coverage if they don't have an offer of it through their employer.
Yeah, it's a game changer for small businesses, because I wouldn't be able to do what I do if I could not afford my health insurance through the marketplace. So it is definitely a game changer for small businesses. Let me see. I think I covered all my questions. So this is what I'm going to do. Vanessa, because once again, you sitting there quietly. So share with us a day in your life. What does your day look like up in Dillon County?
Okay, for about the past month, I've been doing outreach and also setting up my table with the navigator, passing out information. And the closer it's getting to November 1st, what I started doing, calling my old my old clients, and letting them know that it's close to open enrollment. So I've been putting them in for appointments and everything. So I'm excited about it. Trying to do two jobs at one time because I have to be the navigator and the community outreach specialist at the same time. So it's like pulling myself one way and then pulling myself the other way. But it's a challenge, and I enjoy it because when my old clients heard my name come up, they were so excited to have me again. Because for the past 2 years, I wasn't doing this job. I was doing another job. But when I called them back and told them I am back, they were so excited. So I'm just getting my appointments in, and I'm just gearing up for November the 1st. So that is what my day has been like for the past month.
Very good, very good. Miss Andrea, do you have any last words to share with us, the folks who what do you want them to do to have the most pleasant experience possible going through going through enrollment?
I would say, don't be afraid. We you we are here for you. Everything is free, and you can trust us. I see a lot of people, and giving out your information is kind of scary now. So I let them know, feel comfortable. Ask me anything you want to know. If you want to see my certificate that I'm certified, you can see that. Whatever makes you comfortable. So get comfortable. Get to know your navigator. If you have a question and you already enrolled in a plan and you're looking like I don't understand, call us. I mean, we all have cell phones. You can email us. So we are here. We are here for you. It can be a scary process, but we're here to make it an easy process.
Very good, very good. I know I'm going to be calling probably Linda.
Marilyn,
Yes.
may I add one more thing? And that's like with individuals that have taken an early retirement and they have not started receiving Medicare coverage, which starts at 65, they can call us and we can enroll them into the marketplace until they become eligible for Medicare.
Oh, so the health insurance can be a stopgap between that retirement, early retirement, until you start receiving Medicare.
Yes.
All right, cool. That's good information to know, especially coming out of COVID, which we still are in a pandemic,
Right.
out of the worst of it, hopefully, that a lot of people actually took early retirement. So it's good to know that it's available to close the gap. All right,
Right.
very good,
And
Linda.
the other part is, and I just thought about this, is that if a person applied for disability, they're determined to be disabled. However, they don't get coverage as far as insurance coverage for 24 months. Those individuals can also come to us and get insurance coverage that they can utilize until that time when they become eligible for Medicaid or Medicare.
All right, very good. Thank you for sharing that with us, Linda.
You're
So,
welcome.
Sarah, we're wrapping up the show. This has been some great information, but is there anything that we missed that you want to make sure that our viewing audience gets the full information so they can move forward with open enrollment that's starting on November 1st?
Yeah, so just one other thing I want to emphasize, kind of picking back off something Linda said earlier, but we do have 16 navigators, and if someone thinks about the state of South Carolina, it's like, okay, well, we have 46 counties though. So if someone needs a navigator and they're like, I work, or maybe the navigator's like 30 miles away, I don't have time to meet them, do want to emphasize we will travel to you. We will work around your schedule, whether that's meeting at some other type of time or on the weekend. Like, we will make it work because essentially our job is to help you get healthcare coverage. So we don't want you not to enroll or meet with us because you have other responsibilities or we're too far away. So we will travel to you to make that work. And something Vanessa had said earlier too, and correct me if I'm wrong, Vanessa, but we are on like public facing websites where you can find us and contact us. And I think someone from the upstate had contacted Vanessa, and she's in the PD region. So she was able to help her over the phone and get her enrolled. So If you want in-person assistance, we can do that. But if we're in different areas, we can do virtual and by phone too. It all works.
Very good. I mean, it seems like you guys have thought of everything to make sure that people get enrolled, and y'all get health insurance. We all need health insurance. Is there anything, Sarah, that would make somebody not eligible for health insurance? Is this something, or let me put it this way, is it required? Did I ask that question? Is it required that we have health insurance? Sarah?
No, it's not required. Some people might still think it is because when the health insurance marketplace was first established, healthcare coverage was required. And if you didn't, you'd be penalized. But that's not the case anymore. You're not required to have it and you won't be penalized for not having it. But it's always good to have it, you know, in case there is a medical emergency or you need to go to the doctor. So that's always important to have healthcare coverage.
Very good. Very good. I want to thank all of you young ladies for joining me today and sharing with us the health insurance marketplace. Open enrollment starts November 1st. We have 5 Sundays this month. So what we're going to do is repeat this show. For those of you who missed it today, we're going to repeat it this Sunday at 4:00 so you can get this information, because this is very important information. And we're sharing it not only in the Gullah Geechee Chamber of Commerce Facebook page, but across our LinkedIn pages, our Twitter pages, and of course, other Facebook groups and pages. We're sharing it, the Georgetown NAACP, South Carolina Courage Campaign, and the Gullah Geechee Chamber Foundation. So I know there are folks out there on those other pages. You may not have been able to comment, but we certainly appreciate you coming and learning more about the open enrollment, the health insurance marketplace. Young ladies, thank you for joining me today. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
And you guys are across the entire state, so we're gonna be seeing you around the entire state of South Carolina. And this has been really good information for us to know. So before I say final goodbye, any last things, anything occurred before we wrap up?
Yeah, I will say we are waiting and we're ready to help. So how they say it, call us.
That's right. Call right now those navigators, and I'm putting up that website there. There's the QR code. You could go to healthcare.gov or getcoveredamerica.org and find your navigator, folks, and get to them. Because if we can see these young ladies, how friendly they are and knowledgeable, I know it'll be a great experience. Sarah, Vanessa, Sandrea, and Linda, thank you for joining me today. Really appreciate you coming on board and sharing that wonderful information with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
much.
And we look forward to coming back again, Marilyn.
Please do.
Like
Please do come
back.
on. I know, because you got, after that's over, you have special enrollment and other things that y'all come on back and we'll hang out and chat. And next time we'll have some popcorn. And,
All right.
all right. Maybe have some Netflix too. I don't know.
As long as
All right,
it's PG.
I know. All right now. All right. Thanks, Linda.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
everybody.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
you.
God
Bye-bye.
bless.
Bye-bye.
Well, everyone, that is the health insurance marketplace. Then we have a delightful time, wonderful time having everyone join us. And I'm going to put that up one more time because the information is there. You have a QR code, getcoveredamerica.org or healthcare.gov. Go there and find out that information because it's sorely needed. Love to have them join us. And we're going to repeat this show on Sunday to make sure that because we got an extra Sunday this month, 5 Sundays, folks. So we're going to make sure that we all have an opportunity to see the encore performance. And please share this information and let folks know that the insurance marketplace opens on November 1st. Thanks, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.